In this case, we hear about a 13-year-old girl who was lured to her unsuspecting death by two youths. This is the story of Anna Kriegel. Geraldine Kriegel was having one of those crazy Mondays. It was the 14th of May 2018 and the green landscape around her was evidence that summer had arrived in Leixlip in the county of Kildare in Ireland. She had a missed call from her daughter Anna, but was not too concerned as she was already on her way home. Geraldine and her retired French lecturer husband Patrice adopted Anna from an orphanage in Western Siberia when she was only 2. This was in 2004. Family members were concerned that the footloose couple were able to cope with the new addition, but the three blended quickly together and soon Anna settled in as a member of the household. The couple were happy with the adoption and soon afterwards little Erin was added to their family and now made them a perfect family of 4. Anna was said to be a happy girl during most of her primary school years. Despite some health issues, she did have a tumour that had to be removed from her right ear, which did leave her partially deaf. She also suffered from some sight problems and needed glasses, and she struggled to make friends at secondary school. She really did not like secondary school, and she was suspended for painting a black eye onto herself. Her mother thinks that she painted the eye as an expression of the pain that she felt inside. She suffered from bullying and occasionally did harm herself. On the 14th of May 2018, Anna attended a school counselling session. She went home from school, changed out of her uniform and walked to Leixlip town centre. She did come back and went up to her room. Since Anna had started at secondary school, there had been some problems. Suddenly, Anna would end up almost daily in fights and went as far as to exaggerate injuries in order for someone to take it seriously. Bullies only needed one reason to gun for you, and every school has them, but Anna was an open target. Now, she was adopted, which was a fact that was frequently used in attacks. She was also deaf in one ear and had incredibly bad eyesight due to a tumour that had been removed. She was beautiful, with her incredible bone structure and skin tone, and at 14 she was already 5'8" and even perfect to be a supermodel. Her peers thought perfect for a freak. As if the torment she suffered at school was not enough, online trolls would leave explicit remarks on her social media accounts, and one even told her that she should be taken out. Despite her height, Anna had a much younger temperament and was a lot more innocent. Geraldine had insisted on all electronic hardware to be handed over to her at the end of each day, including all the passwords to social media sites, and Anna was unhappy, but complied, and only then did the extent of the bullying sink in to her mother Geraldine. On the 14th of May 2018, there was a knock at the door. It was a friend calling for Anna to go out somewhere with them. We'll call this boy Boy B. This was around 5 p.m. It was unusual. Geraldine entered their home just before 5 and called for her daughter and husband. The moment Patrice told her that a boy had come calling for Anna and the two had left together. Geraldine knew something was wrong. No one came to visit Anna. She barely had any friends and the bullying was constant. She was one of the loneliest children Geraldine knew. Anna had no friends. Her younger cousin was her favourite companion, a family member. She sent the words via DM, "Home now," but got no response, and swiftly followed it up with the statement that if Anna did not respond immediately, she would call the police, but still, no answer. And sadly, by that time, Anna had already been murdered. In this tragic tale, we have no names other than Boy A and Boy B, because in the UK, minors are protected, and due to the fact that two people responsible for this murder of Anna were only 13 years of age, but who was the one that had collected Anna for that doomed fate? Boy A was waiting for her at an abandoned manor house, a stately old mansion that had been abandoned and fallen under ill repair. Despite her confusion, Anna had left the house with this boy, telling her dad that she would not be long. Geraldine's motherly instincts told her that something was incredibly wrong. Anna had no friends, no one ever came to see her, and the couple started searching around the neighbourhood straight away. But soon the couple realised that they needed more help, and they went to the Garda, which is the Irish police, to report their daughter missing. The police took the complaint seriously, and soon a full-blown search for Anna was launched, and it did not take long for the Garda to identify Boy B, as Boy B was the one that had picked her up from the house. And after a long interview that felt like pulling teeth with a pair of pliers, Boy B finally gave up the identity of Boy A and where Anna might be found as well. Her battered and bruised remains were discovered in one of the dimly lit rooms in the abandoned mansion. By now it was dark, and the floor was saturated with her blood, and not one part of her body was left untouched. Her hair was matted with blood, her skin covered in dirt, and 3 of her fingers were stuck between her throat and a ligature around her neck, as if she had tried to remove it. The coroner would later find that Anna had suffered over 50 different injuries, and the blunt force trauma to her head was the cause of her death. She had first been beaten with a 2x4 and nails protruding on both sides, and then with a cinder block that lay almost in the rubble. Apart from her socks, she was naked and bound in an attempt at actually assaulting her. And also, semen had been found on the black top Anna had worn. But with Boy A, the case relied heavily on forensic evidence. Not only did he have blood on his boots that belonged to Anna, but a kind of murder kit was found in his possession. It contained shin guards, knee pads, duct tape, gloves, as well as a mask Boy A had made as a Halloween project. It was what Boy A had worn during the attack on Anna, and Anna's blood had been found on the items in the boy's bag, and semen had been found on Anna's clothes that were identified as his. The evidence against Boy B rested on whether he knew Boy A had premeditated the murder and thus led Anna to her death. The prosecutor put forth a conversation that took place a month prior between the boys, during which Boy A explicitly told Boy B that not only did he want to murder someone, but he intended his victim on being Anna. The Crown Court urged that by taking Anna to the abandoned house meant he knew that Boy A was going to murder her. He also eventually admitted that he witnessed the beginning of the attack, and although he knew she was in distress, he ran away. But he had been the one that had picked Anna up from the house, knowing what was probably going to happen to her. The jury found both boys guilty, and they were given lifelong sentences with revision to be done in 12 years' time. After all, these 2 boys were only 13 when the murder was committed. If both proved themselves to have been rehabilitated, then they could be released during their 20s, providing they show remorse. Interestingly, Boy A, the boy who mercilessly lay in wait and attacked Anna, showed remorse from the moment he knew he was in a corner. Boy B, however, continued to lie to the police and refused to accept any responsibility for Anna's death. When the verdict was read, Boy B's father stood up in the gallery and started hurling insults at the judge. He was escorted out of the court and returned shortly afterwards, slow clapping in mock celebration. Another aspect of this case that was omitted was over 12,000 images of children on 2 phones belonging to Boy A. He also made searches for child PORN, animal PORN, horse PORN, and dark web. His lawyer managed to keep all of this evidence out of court, but I have a feeling we have not seen the last of this budding little psychopath. Both boys have been given life sentences of 12 years, and then how they act and how they are rehabilitated will all have to be taken into consideration before either boy is ever released in the future. But as for Anna, she does not get a second chance at life. She was callously murdered. She lay on the floor while a young boy with a Halloween mask on repeatedly hit her with a piece of wood. Anna will not get to see the outside world in 12 years' time. Anna will not get to live her life over again in her 20s. This is what is wrong with our justice system.